Alrighty, welcome to Stamford. Here is a train with an M8 heading up to New Haven. We're taking this up to South Norwalk to go ride the Danbury Branch to West Reading, the New York area's most remote, least used station. And also, Train Time said that this train was a 6-car train with the front 2 closed. This is at least an 8-car train, and I don't think the front 2 cars are closed. So we love when Train Time glitches, don't we? Alrighty, welcome to South Norwalk Station. That's my train. I think there's an underpass that we have to take to get over to the Danbury side. There is a sign for the Norwalk Transit District Wheels Route 10, which is impressive because it exists, but also Wheels just as a system is hilarious. They have a microtransit. Well, they have 2, but they have a microtransit in Norwalk.
Okay, completely unrelated, but the Wheels microtransit will not stop emailing me. Like, they email me every single day with, like, you should come ride this. Like, I don't live in Norwalk, Connecticut. Sorry for that interruption, but I think it's kind of funny.
And the surrounding areas that runs Thursdays through Sundays only, in the evenings only. And then have one in Westport that runs normal hours. But yeah. They are truly one of the systems of all time. So now we're going over to track 5, hopping on that Danbury train, and I'll see you on board. Alrighty, so we're departing South Norwalk. I drive a seat on currently the south side of what will become the east side of the train. As you can see, we're heading up to Reading. And yeah, I may switch sides after like Merit 7. I'm not sure about the scenery, but I have heard that the Danbury Branch is scenic, and I've been to this area before, albeit by car. I know what a horrible sin. Anyhow, we're now going to downtown South Norwalk, and we're soon gonna split out onto the branch. Yeah.
Alrighty, now an amalgamation of Danbury Branch scenery shots, because my suspicions about the Danbury Branch being very scenic were correct. So here you go. I hope you enjoy the scenery, and I'll see you at West Reading.
Welcome to Reading, which is, wow, we're in the middle of nowhere. I'll film the train leaving, and then we'll explore, I guess. As for other ridership, 2 other people got off, so 3 total off, and I think there's 1 other person waiting for the train coming back down. But here comes the train leaving Reading Station, heading up to Danbury. With cab car 6107, a Shoreliner. I think this is a Shoreliner 1 end. So, cool. And now for the station. Alright, welcome to Reading Station. Here's the platform. It is 2.5 cars, fully high level, and it is accessible because there's a ramp and there's accessible parking. So, what do I think about this station? First off, as you can see by the parking lot being empty, and as you will see in the next few clips, because I'm filming this after coming back from exploring the downtown, the station is in the middle of nowhere. So that doesn't really factor in to the station's, to how good the station is, but it does a bit. I think that Metro North really, or CT Rail, or Metro don't really care about this station. The Danbury branch as a whole, they care a bit about, because Danbury's big, and, like, Wilton's kind of big, but I think that Reading is not their top priority, and that does reflect in a lot of ways. For example, there is an old station building, but it's up there, and it's now a post office, and you can't access it as a train passenger. Or there is a shelter, and the platform's fully sheltered, and there's an indoor shelter, but it's not heated. So it has the bones of being a good station, but it isn't, like, objectively a good one. It does also have some cute vibes. It has this little free library, which is nice. But I mean, the other key thing, which you may have noticed, it doesn't have a ticket machine. That's a big no-no. I know that it's rural, but the stations have to be really rural to not have ticket machines on Metro North. On the other less so, Greenport branch does have them. Some Montauk branch stations don't, I think. But, like, the only other stations that I know of are AT, Manitou, Breakneck Ridge, Mount Pleasant, the tiny flag stops.
Correction here. Most stations on the Danbury and Waterbury branches actually don't have ticket machines, which I find really dumb, because they're not as rural as, like, AT or Manitou or that type of station. But, yeah, that is the case. It does mean I'm judging Reading a little unfairly, but it is still pretty dumb, in my opinion. So, yeah.
So for that reason, I think Reading is sort of a lower tier of station, but you're going to hear more about that with the ridership stats and the station rating, which I'll film now. Alrighty, time for the ridership stats and the station rating. So, I'm going to rate Reading. I'll do the rating first to mix it up. I'm going to rate Reading a 4 out of 10. As I said, it has the bones of a good station, and if it had a station building, or at least a heated shelter, or if it had maybe a few more amenities, like, I don't know, connecting bus service, that's, again, not really the fault of the station, it's the fault of the area, but I'm still going to count it a bit. If it had more amenities of in that vein, I would give it like a 7, but because it doesn't have those, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. I'm not going to give a fully high-level, fully accessible station anything less than a 4, but I don't think Reading deserves anything more than a 4, so hence it gets a 4 out of 10. As for ridership, Reading in 2018 got 256 rides per week, making it the least used station in Fairfield County, the second least used in the state of Connecticut, and the 11th least used overall. As for why it's least used, I mean, that will become obvious when you see the downtown clips, but also you can even see it now. It's really, really rural. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and unlike Branchville to the south, which is also somewhat rural, or any of the other stations on the line which have, like, reasons to go there, this doesn't have commuter parking. Like, Merritt 7, for example, it's also rural, but it has a reason to go there, that corporate office park, and also some commuter parking. So overall, I think Reading is a cool station, definitely worth a visit if you like rural areas, but it's kind of just boring. So if you don't want to go to a rural area, or if you're not the nerd that I am, trying to tick off every least used station, then maybe don't go to Reading. I mean, the Danbury branch is a fun ride. Reading is not exactly a fun town, and also you're basically stuck here unless you fancy walking 4 miles on dangerous ass roads to Route 7, where you can get the Heart 7 link, which runs like whenever it wants to, and by whenever it wants to, I mean peak only, weekdays only. So yeah, with that all said and done, let's now cut to me exploring the downtown, which I filmed before this because I had to refilm this because I didn't realize there weren't ticket machines. I always find the Connecticut commuter rail logo just funny, because the CT rail logo is so much better, but they don't use that for the, like, Metro North stations in Connecticut. They use that instead of either Metro North or the CT rail logo. There's apparently a school here, which is a place to put a school, truly. This road is very not walkable. And basically this is the extent of the downtown. I I know that there is a hiking trail down there. It's called the Charles Ives Trail. It's part of a system because Charles Ives was born and lived in this area. Very, very cool. That exists. However, this is even more rural than I thought it was. Wow. That is West Reading Common, which I think has it has the post office and something else maybe. This is the West Reading Shopping Center, which has a salon, a deli / pizza place, and a wine store, and maybe some other stuff. There's an antique shop. There's really not much. This is a very, very rural area, and I don't even know if this is all even open. So, if any of these are open and cool, I'll film that. But if not, I guess I'll see you in the post office. I don't know. The post office should be open, right? Right?
Hello, it is Edremy here. In a shocking twist of fate, none of these stores were open. The post office was open, as in the door was unlocked, but there was no one in there. And despite it being in the old railroad station, there was no cool railroad memorabilia, which is kind of sad. So, I know you're probably craving content of mail sitting still in boxes, but, the Honus Transit YouTube channel cannot provide that for you, sadly. So, now here is a phone shot. I hope you enjoy.
Here comes the train at Reading. It's here, finally. And we're heading home. This was nice, but West Reading is pretty boring. But it was a fun excursion, and the January Ranch is fun to ride. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.